Greetings, kinfolks. How are we doing today? I know it has been a while, forgive me, but I have been very busy with other business, okay? Yes, I've got some other things going on that y'all don't need to know about, okay? Because that's my business. But anywho, welcome back. And for those who are new, I welcome you too. Also, let me remind you what the other YouTubers say. Do what they say. Go ahead and hit that like button to put me in recommendation of videos for those you think might benefit off of these videos. Also, subscribe to a girl. Okay, I'm not a girl. Subscribe to a woman. Subscribe to a queen. Subscribe by hitting the red notification button that says subscribe. What does subscribe do? Well, in the case I stop posting my videos around the world on social media, you can still keep up with me and get my notifications by hitting the notification bell. What is the notification bell? Well, it's somewhere by subscribe and it looks like a bell. Click it so you can get my notifications. Okay? And I welcome you to share my videos with your family, friends, enemies, and strangers. Please share. I welcome you to share. Also, leave a comment down in the comment box. All right? And if you would like to send me any messages on my other social media platforms, they will be found in the description box. And also, I will leave them. I'll probably post them later on in the video for you too, for those who don't like to go looking for stuff, who don't believe in hide and go seek. Okay? I feel you. Sometimes I just like to see it right there. All right, but I'm gonna post it right here for you. But yeah, I'm looking forward to making family. That's why I say kinfolks. I don't believe in making friends because the word friends have two words in it. One is short, the other one you can relate to. Fry and ends. Okay, ends. Y'all can relate to ends. So somewhere around Friday, it ends. Before or after. So let's be family, because when we're family, we can be honest with each other. We can open up, we can talk, we can keep it real. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what race, cultural, background, creed, seed, or how you bleed. Let's just be a family. Because we are a family, like a giant tree, stretching towards the sky. Okay, I'm not here to sing, but yeah, do that, okay? So let's get started with this video. Okay, so I'm going to start this video. If you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes. I always make notes. I've learned, make notes, Anita, because you don't want to sound like you're rambling and you don't want to lose your thoughts. So I've had to organize my thoughts in the form of notes. So forgive me if I am what you call not a professional, because I'm not here to profess to know. I'm here to teach. All right? As I always say, I'm not here to make you think like me. I just want you to think. Think for yourself, people. Okay? Sometimes, what we have to understand is when we run into people, they're either our teacher or they're going to be the student. We're always learning. And while we're earthbound, experiencing this human existence, this is our opportunity to learn. Oh, you didn't realize that we're here to learn first. Yes. Learn. Well, let me take that back. Love yourself first. Learn to love yourself. So it can go either way. Learn to love yourself and love to learn, as well as have fun. So don't forget, you can have fun while you're here, but don't forget your mission, your purpose. This earthly school, I don't even like to say school, but this earthly place that is a journey of learning. Maybe I need to write that down. This is a place of journeying towards learning. Okay? So, when we come in contact, they could be the teacher or the student. Take your pick. But just know that your whole life, I don't care how old you get, you're always learning. And I would like to say to the elders, there's no need to look down on somebody younger than you. Because a lot of times, and you may have run into people like this, it's the younger people, not all of them, some of them can come off wiser. I know when children are born into this world, they're so pure, they're so honest, but we teach them and influence them to be otherwise, or something else. So, when children are born, they come in with ideas, something to offer the world, something new. So don't get beside yourself, elders, and think that you can't learn from somebody young. And the younger generation, you better learn to respect your elders, because you're new to these playgrounds. They may have something to offer you to help you avoid chaos, tragedy. We understand and understand that you're here to make mistakes. You're going to have some failures. But if you can have some guidance to avoid a lifelong of failure and mistakes and regrets, seek out your elders. Okay. So, within this life, you're going to be presented with opportunities. And not all the time we are aware of these opportunities. Why we're not aware? Hold on, let me have a sip of my mocha. Give me a second. Be patient. That's another thing you need to learn, patience. I'm sorry. But this is so good. I'm sorry. I just can't just sit here and talk to y'all and not sip. But don't worry, I won't be sipping for long because it's almost gone. So, the way you're aware of these opportunities, if you're putting thoughts out there of things you want, things you desire, and when I said put them out there, you're not just putting them out there just to be putting them out there. Sometimes you'll have this passion and feeling, a gang of emotions with these thoughts. So what you have to understand is your thoughts is like the gun and your emotions is the bullet. So you push it out there. And when you push it out there, you go on about your daily tasks or your daily work, whatever you want to call it. So in the midst of going about your day, if you don't realize, thought is energy. And even though when I speak on thought, or people speak on thought, they point to their brain. But we have to understand and overstand that we are connected to a reservoir of thoughts. We're all, even the trees, every living thing. We're all connected. This is why telepathy is possible. Because of that connection. And sometimes, for some of us, all the time, we don't realize the connection and we experience telepathy. So you have to be aware of the signs, symbols, and synchronicities, being able to see patterns. And sometimes we may have to miss an opportunity, one or two, before we catch on, like, hold on, something is going on. Okay? Now, for those who don't know that this is happening, if you're here watching this video, now is your time to pay attention. Because you have to be able to pay attention to the signs, symbols, and synchronicities because they are very subtle. They are. And they become stronger the more you pay attention. Pay attention to number patterns. For those numbers have a message. If you don't understand numerology, and I know a lot of people who are very religious, they say, oh no, she's getting into the devil's workshop. Let me explain something to you, boo-boo, okay? For those who believe in God, a higher power, I believe there is a source to all. And with that source of all, we place labels like God, Jehovah, Jesus, whatnot. But if you paid attention to people like Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, and all of them, they came teaching a message. And a lot of people ignored the message and started worshiping the man because of the miracles. Those same miracles, of course, these prophets, these fortune tellers, and these people who predict things, they pay attention to signs, symbols, and synchronicities. They have to have knowledge of a lot of things. So just like Jesus and them had access to these miracles, so did the devil. But it's not about who it's coming from, it's how you use it. You can use it for good or bad. Okay. Something that you have to understand is that you're charged when you come into this world with the power to decipher between good and bad and what we call will. You were given will, and that will allows you to make those decisions. So you're vibrating both on positive and negative vibrational energies given to you at the time of birth. Disagreeable, agreeable, whatever. You're given that. Okay? And with that power, you have the right to do what's best for you. or you. Me or you. However you want to put it. So, for those who have a mind like a follower, let me help you understand something. Your God, your Jesus, your Jehovah, your higher power, whatever word you want to call on, gave you the right at birth to make these decisions. This is why sometimes you're tested and tempted to see whether or not you're going to make the right decision. Isn't that what Earth School is all about? Learning. You're going to learn the subject, be tempted and tested time and time again. The more you learn, the more tests. So, you got to be able to pay attention to signs. Some of these signs come in the form of people, places, or things. Some of those things can be numbers. Some of those beings can be flowers and trees. And pay attention to, let me give you an example of the signs, symbols, and synchronicities, okay? Some of these signs may come in the form of, let me just give you an example. As I stated, I like sunflowers. I just recently started paying attention to that. When I was a little girl, I used to like the little sunflowers. Why I like sunflowers? They remind me of a sun shining day. So when not only looking up in the sky to see the sun, I can look down and see the sun, okay? I recently learned that sunflowers is a level of spiritual awareness outside of the seventh chakra. Now, if you don't know what chakras are, look it up. CHAKRA. Chakra. Look it up. We all have, they are energy centers. The word chakra is just a Hindu word that quickly describes energy centers in the body, because these energy centers are located from the crown of your head all the way down to the seat of your sexual organs, or to the tailbone of your spine. All right, from the top of your head all the way down to your butt spine, the very last tip of your spine in your back. All right, so what was I saying? See how you see what I'm saying? See what happens? Okay, because I be trying to go so deep. Here I am trying to define words and stuff. But anywho, so it opens up to your crown chakra, opens up to the seventh chakra. They call it the crown chakra because it's at the top of your head. When a baby is born, that's a soft spot, meaning the child is still connected to the spiritual realm. All right. Now, above that, and it's an energy. So you can't see energy, just like you can't see thought waves, you can't see radio waves. But sometimes you connect with them. How do you connect with them? Sometimes you'll be singing a song, get in your car, turn it on, and the song is on. Or be walking somewhere and be thinking a thought and walking to someone and someone speak on it. And you be like, those are kinds of signs. Those are the kinds of signs I'm talking about. Okay? All right, so above your crown chakra, it opens up to what, remember I said the mental reservoir, but on a spiritual level, because we're spirit beings having human experiences. And for those who don't believe we're spirit beings, that's your fault. Maybe you're going to have to experience having an outer body or astral body experience to realize who you truly are from, I was going to say the inside out, but it's inside and all around you. Your body is inside of your aura and not the other way around. And your aura connects you to the, anyway. So I'm giving y'all so much too soon. So anywho, on a spiritual level, it's represented by flowers, and then it changes and is represented by something else, but it's different levels. Just like you have the first dimension, second dimension, third dimension, fourth dimension, fifth dimension, sixth, and so on and so forth. Okay. And within those 9 dimensions, it continues on. So with myself, I also have read a book, and in reading this book, it made me aware to pay attention to something else. Because sometimes we live in a world and don't even pay attention to things, and don't even realize these signs and symbols are being used against us and around us. So, of course, I'm made aware of something else. So, when I know it's meant for me to pay attention to something, I will ask my spirit guides, my ancestors who have lived here before and crossed over, and any other spiritual being that I have access to allow me to know when something is for me. And sometimes I don't even have to go through all of that. I can say, okay, if this is meant for me, then I will see certain signs. See, you don't even have to, you can just say it to yourself and say, okay, if this opportunity is for me, then I want to see something that I know, that I like. And what I like are sunflowers. So sometimes someone might be wearing a sunflower. Somebody might mention a sunflower. Somewhere in their office might be a sunflower. Boom. That's my sign. That's my sign there. Seeing the sunflower, which is a symbol for me to pay attention. Anything else, I have to also, hold on just a second. So I apologize. We got interrupted by a commercial. We just had a slight commercial break. But anywho, so with all that being said, certain things start to form into patterns. And what do I mean patterns? You're able to see the patterns. You're able to see the patterns in things. Let me give you an example. So last year, 2020, October 31st, I was in a car accident. All I could think is, oh my gosh, I'm going to be out of work. And at that time, I was doing Lyft, which is like a cab service or taxi service, okay? Because I was laid off a job. So with that, I was still determined to survive because I needed to survive. And I did run out of money. So with that being said, with all of that going on, later on, I said, let me hurry and put in some applications for a job, okay? And really, I had gotten so comfortable with doing the Lyft thing, I really didn't want to work no job, but I went on ahead and applied. Other things happened, chaos. They were chaotic. But in the midst of that, those were tests. Okay? I kept pushing. Like I said, other things happened. I'm not going into all those details. But I was contacted by one of the companies I applied for. Come to find out, it was an insurance company. And I'm in the back of my mind and in the back of my heart, it was saying, I don't like sales. So anywho, things worked out for me. Like I said, I didn't have the money, but things worked out for me where the person who interviewed me loved loved me so much, loved how we connected, and she paid for my studies, my exam, my license, and blah, blah, blah. In the midst of that, there was an eviction pending, but somehow I was told to do this to avoid the eviction, and I did, which is it even extended my stay, and I connected with a lawyer who told me if it didn't work out there, because I was educated that landlords have the right to not accept your pay even though you have all the payment. But if you find another place to stay, we will pay your first 2 months rent. So it happened like that. They didn't accept it, but I still had from January, where it worked out where I could still stay there, up until July. So in the midst of that, I started working with the insurance. I passed on the first time, but I was determined. I was angry. You know what hangry is? You're so hungry, you're angry, that it makes you so determined. I'm going, you know how that do. You know how that do. Anyway, so I started to notice when I invested my money into learning something to pursue a business of my own while working with the insurance company, someone realized when I told my story, someone was like, wow, you do have a story to tell. For you had some obstacles in your life, and it made me realize, whoa, and I started to play things back, and I saw a pattern of how things worked out. And then I even looked back in my life and saw patterns and how I self-sabotage. And now that I realized I was self-sabotaging myself, I had to wake up and realize and get of in the habit of realizing I got to pay attention to bad habits that I was forming, that I had formed, and I need to learn and pay attention to break these habits. So, before I jump far into what I want to talk to you about, before I get to that part, how creating patterns for yourself bring opportunities? Being consistent. Let me give you an example of being consistent. Because although, and having the right mindset, mind you, always doing your best to stay in a positive mindset. Throughout my life, I came to realize, looking back, that dang, I was toxic starting off because there was so much I did not know. So I came off as being toxic. That's what I mean about y'all people judging folks, looking down on people. Don't forget, let me tell you, I posted this on my Facebook. Stop looking down on people, because life has a way of reversing the roles. Sometimes people gotta start off toxic, gotta be the bad guy, because you could be somebody else's teacher. You may not know you being a bad guy, but yes, in you being toxic, the bad guy, the bad girl, there's lessons in it for that person being your devil. So you want to call it. Because remember, the devil used to, what y'all say in y'all scripture, the devil started off in heaven with God. So who's to say the devil ain't on a path or his or her journey towards getting back to the Most High? Have you ever thought about that? Okay. So if you create a hell here on earth, you're creating it for yourself. Okay. So I had to start off toxic. I started off toxic, and of course, learned my lessons, and here I am today. So within all of that time, I stayed consistent, thinking about spiritual practices, trying to learn spiritual things, trying to learn about my spiritual self. Within that, in the physical realm, I started to discipline myself, fasting, exercising, and what have you. And I realize, and I see a lot of you people do this, you want to lose weight for 2, 3, 4 months to fit in a dress, to fit in an outfit, to catch a man, to catch a woman, and then you're back to your bad habits. It's important to be consistent. And how do we be consistent? We create a lifestyle that lasts. And you got to be real about it. Be real about it. What do I mean? Instead of doing things here and there for one season or another, I had to change my mindset or tell myself and write down to remind me to be able to go back and reflect. Or even sometimes if I think about it, I would sit there and reflect how it would be if I instituted exercise and eating right every single day. The same way I have to go to sleep and get up in the morning and take a bath, that is a regular routine. That's my lifestyle. Okay, the way I dress and doing my hair, making sure everything is everything. Then what I would like to do if I want to make sure everything is everything, another thing is I want to be consistent in exercise. Exercise is going to be a part of my life. And it doesn't mean you can't take breaks. Because if working a job or having your own business is also a part of your lifestyle, sometimes you have to take breaks from it. And it's okay. You got to understand and understand how to take charge and be in charge of your life or be the God of your world. Do I sound like I'm preaching? Let the church say amen then if I'm preaching. But I want to teach, okay? So don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me. All right? So, what I started off doing, and if you heard me say I write stuff down. I even have a vision board right here to the right of my computer. Yes, I have a vision board, but you can also make vision videos. Where you can sit and say to yourself what you want and throw some pictures up in your video of things that you want. Boop, 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 I'm sorry, I don't have the application to do all that. Okay, but Anita gonna make it do what it do. Okay, all right. So, what is a vision board? What is a vision video? It's just something that you're able to reflect back on and excuse that. That is just a reminder. That is probably just reminding me to say my affirmations. That's all. I have affirmation, but I already said my affirmation. So it goes off every morning at 10:30 and every evening at 4:30 p.m. Okay. So it's just something to be able to reflect back on. And then you'll be reflecting back on it so much where you don't even have to keep looking at it. It'll stick in your head. Then eventually it'll stick in your memory, and then it'll stick in your subconscious, and then it'll become a conscious thing of you acting on it. All right? You see the patterns? You're creating a pattern within yourself through routines so that you can reinvent or create a lifestyle that you can go on with. Now, you don't have to do it exactly like me, but, sometimes it's okay to reflect and pay attention. A lot of us think we bad. What you feed yourself is what you put out. You are what you eat. So if you eat on those negative thoughts about yourself, guess what? You're going to put it out. Or you're going to be noticing things around you, patterns, bad patterns you don't want. Because you can have some good patterns and you can have some bad patterns. And something I wanted to say to you before let me drink the last bit of this. Hold on, be patient. Remember that thought for me, okay? Thing had got cold. Ugh, don't taste. I don't like cold stuff unless it's water or juice. So, when it comes to will, having the knowledge of good and bad, you create a balance within yourself. And that balance allows you to be able to utilize the both when needed. And in hopes You use them for the right reasons. That's why it's good to make sure you're making the best decisions. Sometimes we slip up and do the wrong thing, but you end up learning. So that toxic me had to do a lot of the wrong things when really intentionally I don't want to hurt nobody. But I had to learn from it. I had to learn, okay, Anita, if we on this path. So I saw these patterns. I later realized I can create a lifestyle for myself because I learned that dirt begets dirt. A dirty mind, a dirty house begets dirt and negative things. So make sure you're clean. Okay. Get in the habit of being clean. You've heard that saying, cleanliness is next to godliness. And basically they're basically saying, if you want to live like a goddess or a god, you got to be clean. Please. Clean breath. Check it. Check. I know I got a lot of energy today. That was mocha. And just a positive attitude. When I wake up, I say some affirmations to get me going, pray, do a little reflecting, because I'm not like most people who meditate in the morning. Every blue moon I might, but I mostly meditate at night when things kind of calm down. And some people tell you, don't meditate at night because you might fall asleep. Well, I do it before I feel a need, to fall asleep. So, again, the vision board, the vision video is just to help you remember your goals, your successes. Also, too, in using your imagination, and I'm about to get to it, says, remember to take baby steps at it and be willing to reflect and use your imagination. See, I just said I'm on point. Yes. So in using your imagination, be like a child. That's why I say elders. An elder could be anybody. You could be an elder in your 20s to somebody who's 8, 9, or 10 or younger, or a teenager. So sometimes live in that imagination. That car you want. Go test drive a car. You may not even have the money to buy it, but hey, make it feel like, hey, I'm just pretending like I'm buying this car. And then when you leave without the car, just say, oh, I left it parked in my garage. Live like the rich. Start eating healthy. Well, not everybody who's rich eat healthy. That is true. I get it. But I want you to get it. Pretend. Be your best self. Clean yourself up. Dress to your best. But when you have your moolah moo, you're going to make it do what it do for you. Make your house your dressing room. Don't leave the house until you know everything is the way you want it. You want to step out of that dressing room dressed for success. And when I say dress for success, you don't have to put on no darn suit. Dress for success is your success. Like I said, I'm here to make you think, but not think like me. So whatever your success is, and if your success is being a bomb, everybody's success is different. But let's switch it up. And you might have to let some people go, because you might have some people around you who gonna talk some mess. Family, they could be your children, they could be your cousin, your husband, your wife, even your dog might talk some mess to you when you start changing for the better. You might have to make Rover go stay out in the outhouse, in the little dog house outside during the winter time. Like, hey, I can't have that negative energy around me. But anyway, you know what I'm talking about. You know, you got to pretend. Go back into pretending. Ain't nothing wrong with pretending. But they say fake it till you make it. Well, let's pretend faking is pretending. Fake that you got long hair. You know, I used to put a towel on my head when I was little and pretend I have long hair. But now, you know what? I love me some me in my hair. Yes, I do. Okay. Some people, you got people out here wearing wigs and going to get plastic surgeries and stuff and putting all that stuff in them. But, you know, I don't know about that kind of fake it till you make it. You know, doing stuff to the actual body. You know, me, I like to, if I want my body a certain way and I want it naturally and I want to actually feel healthy, trying to take shortcuts ain't gonna get you there. I'm sorry, you know, do what you do, people. You know, I ain't talking mess about you. I'm just saying what I do. You know, I ain't getting no plastic surgery because I don't know how those drawbacks affect you. I don't know. Sometimes I think, you know, if it get real hot during the summer, you got something plastic and you might melt inside. You know, plastic and chemicals and stuff. I don't know. I've used chemicals back in the day called drugs, and the kind of drugs I used to take is, you know, after you have a baby, them chemicals they pump in, them drugs and stuff, and then your body gotta, what is it? Your body gotta cleanse itself of all that medication. That's what they call them, medicated drugs. Them type of drugs, you know, not willfully getting high, burning my brains out and seeing my teeth rot kind of drugs, no. But just those little bit of drugs right there motivated me and inspired me to never. And then looking around me in my environment, you know, I had family and I don't know about friends, but I know I had some family and other people I saw using drugs, and they started off looking one way and it changed them. And it wasn't for the good, I gotta say, at least in my eyes. I mean, maybe it was for the good for them, but you know what I'm talking about. Oh, golly. So, you know, start small. And you say, what can you start with now? Think about that. What can you start with now? Just get started. What can you start with now? You already got the tools, and I didn't even realize it till right now that I had the tools. You know, at first I thought I had to buy this, buy that. Start with using your imagination, pretending. Use what's already there. Put on you a sharp little shirt and some tights or jeans or what have you, with some nice little boots or dress or what have you. You go out and you get and fix your hair to make yourself look like $1 million, even though it might have cost you $1. Pretend that dollar was your $1 million. There's other opportunities that come up in life that a lot of times we don't pay attention to because they're so intimidating, or we think, oh, it's a bill. Things that will benefit us later on down the line. Let me help you. Pay attention, because we don't want no GoFundMe. We don't want to be struggling when a loved one leave us. I was about to use the word educate, but get learned. Learn things that you usually say no to. Learn to know. And when you know, KNOW, it'll help you be introduced to doors of opportunities bigger than you could dream of. Stop feeling so intimidated. And the way to not feel intimidated is to learn. And when you learn, you start to feel a little more confident. Confidence, courageous, along with the understanding, the overstanding, insight, knowledge, which brings about wisdom, brings about a better lifestyle This has been Anita. Okay, I'm sounding like a commercial. But anywho, in the end, and I probably missed some stuff, but I'll come back and talk about it in something else. I just want you to get started, good people. Just get started. Because before you know it, you would have created a world of your own. Because you just got started. You didn't complain. You didn't make excuses to why you can't. Why you can't use your imagination. I'm sorry, the mother in me coming out. Y'all, if I get loud with y'all, it's just the mother in me, because I just want the best for my children. Y'all ain't my children, but y'all my family, and I want the best for my family, my kinfolks. Okay? Okay. Stop being intimidated. If you feel like you can control another, why can't you control yourself? Control your own life. Be in control of your own life. Be the authority of your own life. Stop trying to control somebody else. You're so busy trying to control somebody else's life. Tell them what to do, and your life falling apart. Have you seen them kind of people? Look at yourself in the mirror. Yeah, that used to be me. But hey, now you know. Now you know. Leave them folks alone. Stop talking about them and gossiping about them. Because you know what? All you doing is motivating them. Why? Because I make my haters my motivators. All right, I'm done, people. I'm done with y'all. I'm done with y'all for today. I just got to go. What? This is a 45-minute video. Y'all about to get some love out of this video. Because I ain't playing. It is almost time for me to jump into my class. I just got to go. But y'all know, I'm not here. As I say, I keep repeating that because I want y'all to remember. I'm not here to make y'all think like me. I just want y'all to think. Take responsibility of yourself. And for those who enjoy being followers, hey, hopefully this will lead you on a path to being a leader. And if not a leader of the masses, a leader of your own classes, a leader in your household, a leader maybe in your own mind. Just use your imagination. All right, y'all, stay blessed, stay sweet. And I'll probably see y'all next week.